Hello everybody and welcome back. I cleaned up a little bit the code, so let's see what has changed. First of all, we go into the main file, and here you can see the new line include a sprite.sheet.c. So I made a new file, and in this file I put all the information about the sprite sheet, the structure, the sprite sheet load, the sprite sheet free, setup palette. This is not necessary. I just like it when the main file is very clean, and this code I don't need at the moment. So I put it out into an extra file, but I haven't changed anything about the code itself. Like I said, I like it clean, and at the moment I don't need so many sprite sheets, so I deleted the user interface sprite sheet. Next one, we look into the init function. Here I also changed nearly nothing. Also again, the user interface sprite sheet is removed. The rest is the same like before. Let's look in the main function. Also, I made only small changes. The result is not necessary in my case because I don't work with the retel value. Here I also deleted the user interface sprite sheet. I changed the endless loop to a loop that lasts 70 seconds. The reason is if I have an endless loop and want to end my game, I always have to restart my Dreamcast and quit the terminal. So in this case, after 70 seconds, the program automatically leaves the loop and end the program. So let's look what's in the draw function. Here I deleted a lot of stuff. Again, the setup palette for the user interface. Most of the drawing stuff, I just left 3 times drawing the mage combat 0. I also changed the name of the drawing sprite functions. So I have a function draw sprite polygon, draw sprite sprite center, and draw sprite sprite. I have here one value more. When we go into the draw sprite function, I explain what's about the last number, and that's all for the draw function. So here we can see that now I have 3 functions. The reason I made more function is I told you that you have different kind of drawing. One is the polygon mode, the other one is the sprite mode. The easy way to say the sprite mode is a little bit faster, but the polygon mode have more options, for example, for rotating. And I'm not exactly sure which mode I want to use in the future, so I split up the different modes from one function and made it up to 2 functions. It's exactly the same code like in the code of the last video, just split up in 2 different functions. Here we can see the last value. It's called set value, also set underbar val. I first wanted to name it set, but then I found out we already have here a set. So I made set value, and I use this to define the layer of the sprite I want to print. So you can see in the draw function, the first mage is at the bottom, the last mage is in the middle, and the second mage is on top. So when 2 sprites are at the same position, I can define which one is on top. The last new function is draw sprite sprite center. The code I changed you can see here. At the moment, the starting point of printing the sprite is the left-right corner. From this point, it goes to the right and down and draws the sprite. But for the future, if I make collision detection, perhaps it's more comfortable that the X and Y point is exactly in the center of the sprites. So I changed here a little bit the code that X and Y is exactly the center of the sprite. But I have to be careful. This code is a little bit tricky because I just take half of the size. The problem is if this original sprite has uneven size. If it's 16:20, it's no problem, but it's if 16:19, you get a difference between the polygon and the texture, and perhaps you have some issues or some sprite flickering. So you have to keep this in mind. There are 2 solutions to this problem. One is to add some extra code to check if the sprite size is even or uneven, or the much comfortable solution is every sprite I use have an even size. So I only use sprites that are 16 by 16 or 32 by 32. And so in the end, the final result should like this. We have our 3 mages, a little bit overlapping here. That's all for today. Next time I will add joypad support. So thank you for watching and see you next time.